What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm the Mitten, and today I have a video talking about the Xbox One X, which I would prefer it to be called the Xbox One Scorpio or the Xbox Scorpio. And I'm going to do quickly a rundown. Keep in mind, I'm going to actually read a couple statistics based on my laptop. I have an Alienware. It's a Dell Alienware 17R4. It's 17.3 inch monitor, or screen. It's a 2560 times 1440 pixel resolution. It's a and then it's a 120 hertz refresh rate from what I'm reading here. The processor is an Intel Kaby Lake Core, if I'm pronouncing that right. i7 7820 HK CPU, quad core, 2.9 gigahertz. If it's turbocharged, it's 3.9 gigahertz turbo. The chipset is Intel CM236, and the video card is NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1080 with 8 gigs of GDDR5X RAM. That is my laptop, like the vital information. I wanted to provide that so we can do a comparison. My laptop, which is $1,700, it was a little over $2,000 out the door. Now we're doing a comparison to the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro. And I'm going to say it bluntly and honestly, because I'm all about honesty. I don't have a bias against any console. For the majority of my life, I played, my first console was the N64. My second and third, I guess, and fourth console, because I got the PlayStation Slim, PlayStation 2, and then if they had a slim version of that or whatever, I think I had that as well. So I've been a PlayStation person for a majority of my life. Okay, then I did a little bit PC gaming. Then I went to the Xbox 360. I never had the original Xbox. Just to keep that out there. Now I'm doing a comparison, completely non-biased, just doing running down the statistics. So I'm going to read, kind of side by side. I'm going to start with Xbox One X, and the Xbox One X has a CPU 8 custom 86 core clocked at 2.3 gigahertz. That is its processing speed. Now you look at the PS4 Pro, that has a 2.1 gigahertz 8 core AMD custom Jaguar CPU. Okay, cool. The fact that it's 0.2 gigahertz of a difference, that might not seem like significant, but that 0.2, who knows, if you do the mathematical equation or if you know about technology enough, you can kind of determine that quite possibly could be the 0.2 could make, clearly the numbers don't lie. Even if it's 0.2, it is better than the PS4 Pro on that level. Even if it's only 0.2, that 0.2 does make a difference, statistically speaking. Okay, next thing is this GPU integrated AMD graphics, 6 teraflops of performance. That's Xbox One X, and now comparing that to the PS4 Pro, which has a GPU integrated AMD Polaris graphics, 4.2 teraflops of performance. That right there seems like quite more of a significant difference. Once again, Xbox One X, takes the medal in the GPU. Now you look at the RAM, which is 12 gigs of RAM, GDDR5 for the Xbox One X, and then you look at the PS4 Pro, which has the 8 gigs of GDDR5 for RAM. So that also is a quite significant of a difference at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 4 gigs worth of difference in RAM. That's not super significant, but that does make quite the difference. If you think about it, based on statistics and all that kind of stuff, and if you know technology, mathematically speaking, that does make a difference. I guess, it might not be huge. Once again, it's not a huge difference, but it does definitely make a difference. And that for the most part, makes me happy. For the first time, Xbox One or Microsoft in general has created a console, and they kind of decided to go more on the side of going all out and seeing if they can at least do something on even if it's like a minuscule or a very small amount of a difference, but that difference is in the plus side. I think they were happy with their results, of the fact that they were able to do quite better making a better console statistically. And that's good. For the first time first time ever, Microsoft made the better console. And I'm very upset that people are so butthurt, on both sides of the spectrum. They're like, well, the Xbox One S, what was the point of that? Now we have this, I have to pay $500 for this. Well, you think about it, statistically speaking, $500 for the Xbox One X is actually a very reasonable price. It's $100 more, but it's actually better than a PS4 Pro. It has native 4K capabilities for gaming. It has a lot that people can't like people don't realize how amazing that is, especially with 4K televisions getting cheaper and cheaper now, where you can actually afford yourself a 4K TV and a 4K monitor. You can actually buy a really nice, big, decent sized 4K monitor for less than $1,000 now. I remember a few months back I was checking and they were over $1,000. For now, you can find like a decent brand for less than $1,000. So I mean, it's things are going down in price, especially if you decide to use a monitor. Now, same thing with TVs. The prices on 4K TVs, the Ultra HD 4K TVs, that's also went down in price. And if people haven't realized, they do have, I think it's 8 and 10K TVs. I think in some part of Asia, like Japan, I'm not sure, I can't confirm that. But they're they're multiple thousands of dollars to buy like an 8 or 10K TV, but it's ridiculously pointless because it doesn't. There's no point of having anything like that until people develop enough, enough shit for it to where you see the difference. But still, a 4K TV or a monitor for gaming with the Xbox One X will definitely look better on the Xbox One X or through the Xbox One X compared to the PS4 Pro, especially because the Xbox One X will have 100% confirmed native 4K gaming. That's what I'm excited for. However, I do have to invest in a new TV or a monitor or this and that. I think my laptop is capable of it, but my TV's not, because I have an OLED. So it's not like I'm probably going to need a 4K TV eventually here. If I do, then I'll be able to play games in 4K. Maybe consider capturing gameplay in 4K so that I can upload in 4K. But I don't know if that's the point, because not everybody on mobile can do that. Not everybody on their TVs or laptops or computers can do that, because not everybody has the capabilities of 4K. So in a sense, that might seem pointless. But they try to impress people that they made it possible for you to see that. And they also, I don't know, people completely skip the idea of maybe that everything else that's in 1080p or 1080i or whatever, I think it's 1080p is going to look even better. Like it's almost like an enhanced 1080p. So it actually 1080p will actually look better now on your 1080p monitor. It will look more crispy. It will look more crisp because of the Xbox One X, because it has the capabilities of 4K, and it has capabilities like just in general the specs and based on numbers is capable of so much more. So that's actually good. A lot of things are going to be enhanced. I'm looking forward to that. I like visually pleasing myself. That sounded really wrong, like really bad, but visually, I do enjoy a game that visually looks stunning and great. Like kind of like what's a good example? You play something like Shadow of Mordor. The visuals on that were pretty interesting. Or like Tomb Raider had like these visuals. Like there are games that have visually look really pleasing and interesting, and it's kind of like, I mean, look at the new Call of Duty. I want to experience, if you have the capabilities of having great, powerful graphics, why not please your damn eyes with something beautiful? And the last thing I wanted to say, they share the same storage space. I guess it's 1 terabyte, and then the only other difference is that Xbox One X has an optical 4K HDR Blu-ray drive, while PS4 Pro doesn't and has an optical Blu-ray drive / DVD. So technically speaking, the Xbox One X is the winner. It is the better console. People need to get the fuck over the butt hurt. Let Microsoft have 1 year at least of, and the console hasn't even come out. Let them enjoy the fact that they made something a little bit better than they normally would make. finally, for the first time ever, Microsoft made a better console than PlayStation. For years now, PlayStation has always had the better graphics, better everything, and I'm not going to deny that. PlayStation has always been the better console for years now. It's been better. I mean, the PS4 is better than the Xbox One. But now the fact that there's an Xbox One X and it has native 4K gaming and all the other statistics that I read, people are so fucking butthurt because my PlayStation's not as cool anymore. Yeah, so could you at least give them a fucking chance? That's just my opinion, and that's all I really got to say about it. I will be doing a video about Call of Duty World War II. There's a lot of information to cover and all that good shit. Sorry for stuttering and rambling and all that kind of almost like going on a rant. I'm very passionate about the console that I like, that I prefer, and that's just my honest opinion. I prefer the Xbox over the PlayStation because, one, it's the controller, and I just got so used to the Xbox 360 that I transitioned to the Xbox One because a lot of my friends and relatives and all that kind of shit have an Xbox One. So that's all I gotta say. I am Dominion. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I might be changing the name of my channel to Walrus Gaming because walruses are fucking cool and they get pussy all the time. So yeah, peace. That was weird, right? Yeah, woo!